2018 BMW i's. The BMW i3 is packed with clever engineering. Its carbon fiber passenger cell rides on an aluminum skateboard chassis propelled by an electric motor powered by a lithium-ion battery that can get a range-extending boost from an optional two-cylinder engine. And yet none of that is so far outside the box as the social engineering baked into BMW's first electric car. The i3's interior designers created a Zen-inspired cabin to lull drivers into a slower pace, in turn maximizing the battery's range. That philosophy also helps explain why the tall and narrow runabout corners with all the eagerness of a phone booth. As delightfully quirky and original as the i3 is, buyers have largely resisted its pulse-slowing charms. In the United States, BMW sells just a few hundred examples of the i3 every month, a convincing argument that few car buyers are seeking four-wheeled Zen. So 4 years into the i3's existence, BMW is retrofitting some sportiness into, and an S badge onto, its electric car with the 2018 BMW i's. This new model, set to land in dealerships alongside a facelifted i3 this month, promises quicker acceleration and livelier handling. Pontiac wasn't wrong, wider is better. Wider tires are the cornerstones of the i's upgrades, although don't confuse that with wide tires. These tires are roughly as wide as those on the cheapest subcompact cars, measuring just 175/55 in front and 195/50 at the rear, making them significantly wider than the standard i3's 155/70 rubber at all four corners. The new tires fill out the wheel wells for a more stable-looking stance and increase the vehicle's track by 1.6 inches. The i's also rides on stiffer springs, dampers, and anti-roll bars, with the body lowered by 0.4 inch compared with the standard i3. The ride quality is well matched to modern roads, although the medieval stone and brick back alleys of Lisbon, Portugal, caused heads to wobble and bop. Corners are met with noticeably flatter body motions, but a parking lot concourse set up by BMW proved the car is no more eager to turn in. It's telling that the tight Gymkhana kept speeds below 25 miles per hour. The i's compact dimensions lend it a low-speed nimbleness but do nothing for high-speed stability. And even if they're wider, the i's tires are the same low-rolling resistance Bridgestone Ecopias as those used on the regular i3, and their relatively low limits mean hustling the i's is still a pulse-calming affair. The i's remain so disinterested in aggressive cornering that it's easy to forget this is a rear-wheel drive car with a mid-mounted motor. An electric Porsche Cayman. The BMW i3 is not. As an improvement over the i3, though, the i seems better positioned to replace the standard car than to merely complement it. BMW claims that flattening the power and torque curves across the rev range will bring significant improvements in acceleration times. We expect 0 to 60 mph times to drop from 6.6 to 6.3 seconds for the battery electric version. A new sport driving mode is exclusive to the i's model. Since the dampers are passive units, sport mode has no effect on ride quality, but it does make the steering slightly weightier. More noticeable is how it remaps the accelerator pedal's tip end to be unnaturally peppy. For a $3,850 premium, the i's also can be fitted with the two-cylinder gasoline range extender that allows the BMW to keep moving after the battery is depleted. That car should hit 60 mph in 6.9 seconds. The greater rolling resistance of the wider tires likely will gain efficiency and range for both models. Although BMW hasn't revealed the official numbers, we don't expect the EPA-rated range to change much from the 2017 battery electric model's 114 miles. A class of 1. Even if range were to remain unchanged, we're now living in an era where EV buyers can expect significantly more range for significantly less money. And the $3,200 premium to step up from the base i3 model to the sportier i's version only makes BMW's EV more expensive. Prices start at $48,645 for the electric-only i's and $52,495 for the i's with the optional range extender. That's a price premium and a performance penalty that can't be justified by the BMW badge alone. This is the same, larger problem that plagued the original i3 and that can't be fixed with an infusion of sportiness. With all the quirk of a Japanese car and all the complexity of a hypercar, there is no other car on the market quite like the BMW i3 and i3s. Based on the slow sales, it's not hard to see why.
– 2017 Fiat 500X. Overview, introduced for 2016 as a platform mate to the Jeep Renegade, and the largest member of the Cinquecento family, the 500X is Fiat Chrysler's Italian loafer in the popular class of micro-utes. As with the adorably tiny Jeep, the Fiat crossover comes standard with front-wheel drive and is powered by a turbocharged 1.4-liter inline-4 that produces 160 horsepower and 184 pounds-to-foot of torque. The base turbo engine is mated exclusively to a 6-speed manual transmission, which means that getting the optional ZF 9-speed automatic also necessitates ordering the naturally aspirated 2.4-liter 4-cylinder. $1,500, that pumps at 180 horses but just 175 pounds-to-foot of torque. Base models roll on 16-inch steel wheels, but aluminum 16, 17, and 18 inches are available. An all-wheel drive system can be had only with a 2.4, for an extra $1,900. The 500Xs choose the Renegade's boxy form in favor of a sculpted jellybean motif that it wears quite well. While it's not the best to drive in its class, the 500X finished fourth, behind the Renegade, in a six-ute comparison test we held in 2015. All versions carry EPA estimates of at least 29 miles per gallon on the highway, and a substantial number of amenities and safety tech features are available if you're willing to pay for them. What's new? As it's still relatively fresh to the market, the 500X changes little for 2017. Trim levels have been pared down to just 3, Prop, Trekking, and Lounge, with only the Prop available with the 1.4 turbo and the stick. The Trekking employs extra satin silver body cladding front and rear for a more rugged aesthetic, while the Lounge adds a few more chrome pieces for a polished vibe. The 500X's standard features are accurately categorized as basic, the better to keep the starting price at a low $20,990, although you can upgrade from the base 3.0-inch central touchscreen to a 5.0-inch Uconnect system, as well as add a rear-view camera and a parking assist system as part of the $895 popular equipment package. A 6.5-inch infotainment display, heated seats and steering wheel, automated emergency braking, lane departure warning and assist, and other luxuries are limited to the grander trim levels. Our example for this review is the Trekking with AWD, which started at $26,245 and rocketed past $32,000 with a load of options, including power and heated front seats, leather upholstery, 18-inch wheels, a dual-pane sunroof, every available safety technology, and the top-level Uconnect system with navigation and premium Beats stereo. What we like: the 500X's styling is perky and cute, standing in stark contrast to the larger Fiat 500 liters, which is bloated and strange-looking. FCA's Uconnect touchscreen interface is highly responsive and one of the most intuitive in the business. While the Pop model's level of equipment is rather meager, the 1.4 with the manual gearbox can be fun and is highly affordable, and it's also nearly a second quicker than the AWD 2.4 version, both to 60 miles per hour, 7.8 seconds, and through the quarter-mile, 16 ticks flat. The 500X's 163-foot stop from 70 miles per hour was tops in the aforementioned comparison test, and its interior noise level at 70 miles per hour, 69 decibels, tied the Kia Soul for first place. And we're all for small, practical cars with lots of features and decent ergonomics, both of which the Fiat has. What we don't like, the 500X's initial appeal plummets as soon as you pile on the options or hit the open road. The $32,255 that our example cost would buy a pretty nice Honda CR-V or Mazda CX-5, both of which are larger, more powerful, and can be similarly equipped. And neither will try to dive into the pavement under braking or list onto its side mirrors or around corners as the 500X does. The Honda won a 10 Best Trucks and SUVs award for 2017 as our best compact SUV. What's more, the Fiat has one of the tightest cabins in its class, rivaling the itty-bitty Mazda CX-3, and lacks the interior quality we expect in a vehicle at this price. Additionally, rear seat riders must do without vents or power outlets. The good news is that the 2.4-liter model matched its EPA combined rating in our testing. The bad news is that, at 24 miles per gallon, that figure was second to worst among its comparison test peers. Along with its floppy dynamics and vague, numb steering that is managed via an overly thick wheel that doesn't tilt down far enough for some drivers, the 2.4-liter/9-speed combo makes for tedious highway cruising. The automatic bounces among ratios at the slightest throttle provocation. While most of the 500X's issues can seem less egregious at a more reasonable price point, if you're fine with spending close to $30,000 on a subcompact crossover, the 2017 Kia Soul, another 10 Best Trucks and SUVs laureate, is a far better investment.